Fried rice. Let's get cooking this and see how we make it. We're doing two different fried rices, everybody. I got the rice already made up, and this was bagged. You could use any type of rice. I put a little butter in here, a little cracked pepper to give it some flavor. So this is all done. We are doing chicken and shrimp fried rice. So I got my chicken breast, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cube this up, and it doesn't really matter, thin, thick, any which way you wanna go, but I just wanna kinda show you for the chicken just how to do it. And we're gonna fry this up, and then we're gonna get this fried rice going. So just cube it up, throw it in your pan here. So I just wanted to show you, you could use a knife, a scissors, any which way you want to go. These will shrink up, these will be nice and tender. We'll get them all seasoned up. So let me get this all cut up, and then we'll go on to the next step. Now for the chicken, what I do is I put SBGO, season your chicken the way you want to. But we like the salt and pepper on that. So what I'm going to do is mix this all up really good. And I'm going to get this all fried up, because this is the one stop that we need to get done. And I'll put this in the frying pan with butter, and then we'll get this fried rice going. Now for the shrimp, I just got these little baby shrimps, extra small, and I'm going to season them up and get them ready to fry up for the shrimp. Now what I do is I put my SBGO on here. You season your shrimp the way you want to, but we like the salt, pepper, and the garlic and the onion. And now I can get this in the frying pan with the butter. Now what we do over here is we take a half a stick of butter, and then we're going to get that nice and frothy right in the pan, and we're going to put that on medium high, and we're going to go with the chicken right now. So we're just going to dump that chicken in. And we're going to get this all taken care of and sauteed up so it's nice and tender. And we're going to go around making sure all this butter is taken care of. This is going to take just a couple of minutes. I cut them in nice chunks. You could cut them into smaller, larger strips, anything you want for your fried rice. It's up to you. So what I'm going to do now is I got a good coating of seasoning on that. I'll see how that tastes. But if I could take the spatula and just go down and it goes right through, then I know that's tender and perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down to medium now, and I am going to put the lid on, and I'm going to let this slowly render and simmer into a nice tender chicken. So this has been going on for about 5 minutes, and it's so easy right now and so tender. Nice slow, watch, it just goes right through the chicken. That means she's done. And you always have to try out the chicken to see how it came out. So I got 2 pieces right here. So I'm going to take a bite. My son's going to take a bite. Oh, that's tender.
Juicy.
A little bit more seasoning, do you think?
A tiny bit, but not too much.
That SBGO, the salt, pepper, garlic, and onion, really brings out the flavor of the chicken. So I'm going to put a little bit more in. I think it just needed a little bit more. We're going to get it like this, mix this all up. And then this buttery juice right here, we're just going to toss that. So what we're going to do when we do the fried rice, see, in some of the bigger chunks, I'm just kind of splitting them up. What we're going to do is we're going to take a spoon, with holes in it and then just scoop it right out and put it in the fried rice. But this is done and ready for when we cook up the rice. Oh yeah, that's perfect, just like that. Nice and tender. There is no more perfectly white and tender inside. Better with the...
You're not going to let me sample it a second time?
No. Cook's prerogative, everybody. That's really good chicken. We're going to put this off to the side. So now for the shrimp, what we're going to be doing is we get a half a stick of butter, nice and hot. We have our seasoned shrimp. We went with the extra small. And we're going to put these in. These are already pre-cooked, so this doesn't take as long. This is going to be really fast because we don't want to overdo it, because if we overdo it, they become hard as a rock. So what we're doing is we're just trying to infuse that SBGO in here. A lot of times I'll throw garlic, minced garlic in here, but today we're not going to be doing too much because we're getting all this seasoning. Now my son just asked me, hey Dad, can you throw a little Cajun in there? I said, sure. This is open to the way you want it, so I'm going to put a little of this Cookin Cajun in there to give it a little spice that he wants. Because with his version, he wants shrimp with some chicken in it. So with that Cajun seasoning in there, what we're going to be doing is we're going to give the shrimp a little bite to it, because a lot of this food has sweet and sour, hot and spicy, teriyaki, you know, that type of stuff. What you could do with this too, if you wanted in a little bit of a teriyaki, you get a little teriyaki and pour it in there, seasoning. So I would say this is almost done because we don't want to overdo it. So let's take out 2 shrimp. We'll put that off to the side, and we'll do a little taste test real quick and see how this is. Now with this juice, I might add that, but we're going to see. So my son and I are going to try a shrimp real quick. Buttery. It's got a little bit of a kick.
The perfect amount of kick.
Not too much.
But not too little.
Yeah, that's nice buttery. You get the salt, the pepper, a hint of garlic, and then the onion to mellow it out. I would say we are done. So what we do is I get the Sunbird fried rice season mix. Okay? Now, these got right here on the back how to make it. It's very simple. And this is what we're doing. We're doing the optional of meat of your choice and vegetables, but we do it a little bit higher up than what they say. And we like a lot of egg in our fried rice. It calls for 2, but I put in 4. And I get those all whipped up and seasoned. So this way, it's ready to go. I'm going to get everything ready, so then it's just a bang, bang, bang. Can I please have the SBGO? And what I do is I even season the eggs a little bit with salt and pepper.
Do you want me to get you another one?
Nope. So I put a little bit of seasoning in the egg, and that's with the salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. You don't season it your way or don't, but I think it gives it more flavor. So the egg is done. Now, this calls for 3 cups of cooked rice. And I had this all done, showed you earlier, with a little cracked pepper, a little butter. We got a lot of rice here. So we're gonna scoop out 3 or 4 cups. I don't care. You should all know me by now. I never follow anything by the cord. That's about 3 cups right there. So I say a little bit more. So now we have that done. So we're gonna get over here and we're gonna start frying up this rice, and we're gonna see how it is. as this goes with this recipe, it says 2 tablespoons of oil. But I'm using the sesame seed oil. So this is a half a tablespoon. So 1. Now olive oil, whatever oil you want. This is a little bit more expensive oil. So since I'm doing a little bit more rice, I'll pour a little bit more in there. Now this is for the chicken fried rice. So we're going to get this going. We're going to get this oil, let's see here, somewhat warmed, covered. And this is going to give it so much more flavor to the rice. There we go. And now, as the recipe says, over high heat, add the oil to the skillet. Saute rice for 1 to 2 minutes. So let's get this rice coated in this oil. Oh yeah, that is smelling so good right now. What we're doing is we're getting this fried up. We're getting it, you gotta watch it, it's on high heat. That oil is working it.
Kind of sounds like popcorn.
Yep. Oh, look at that. See how that's starting to brown up a little bit? Just on the other side of the rice. You don't want it to sit too long. You don't want to burn your rice. What you want to do is you want to get this rice where it is sitting on everything. So you hear that? That means it's cooking real good. So what we're going to be doing is we let it sit like this for a couple of seconds and then we rotate it. Because what we're doing is we're making sure that we don't burn it. We do so much more with our fried rice. But it's pretty simple. Takes a couple of steps, but you can do it. We add a lot to it, but that's how we are. All right. You want it, your rice more crispy, you go longer, less. So then it says, stir in the seasoning and the soy sauce. Okay? So the soy sauce is 1 tablespoon. So let me get my soy sauce. And where's my spoon? Right here. This is a half, but I always add a little bit more. I'm going to put this down to medium now. Ooh, that's hot, everybody. Don't touch that one right there. I'm going to turn it down to medium. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in, I usually do with this when I make it to give it more because I add a little bit more seasoning and sauce, 1.5 packages of this. So since I'm making 2 versions of this, that's perfect. We go through 3 packages. Now I'm going to give this a mix and start getting this coated. See, oh yeah, that's looking gorgeous, everybody. Almost all the rice is getting covered. It's a little bit off, and that's where I get my half. But let's get the soy sauce in here. And the soy sauce is 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to go with 2. Here's 1. That's 1. And that's basically about more than 2, because that's how I am. And since this is going really fast like this, and I got to get that other seasoning, I'm just going to turn it off for a second. Let this work. Get this all mixed up. Now I'm going to put in that half of the seasoning and get that all mixed up. So I would say half is right about there, because we got to get my son's version of this. Put the heat back on. All right. Look at how that's all mixing up. Now, since my son is here to give me a hand, can you please bring me the egg? Because the next step is the egg, everybody. There is no more white rice. Everything is taken care of. We're going to move this off to the side so we have the frying pan. And then usually when I do that, I move it over a little bit. So then I take a little bit away from the rice so it doesn't burn. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a fresh whip again. Remember, we went with 4 eggs because we just love eggs. And we're going to pour that in. And now we're going to start working this egg into a nice scramble. Okay. Now, my wife wants this a little bit different. And this is where we add, and it's all up to you how you want to do it. Okay, I'm going to turn that down even a little bit lower. And we're going oh yeah. Look at how that egg is getting. Nice. So, my wife likes bamboo shoots, and she also likes water chestnuts. So we're going to add this to this. And we're going to add all of our other stuff. So let me get this all done like this. Get those eggs nice and fluffy. We're going to turn it back up a little bit. And now we're going to integrate this with the rice. Can you please grab me a can over there? The 2 cans.
I was going to ask you where the cans were.
Okay. Oh, just look at that, everybody. That is coming out perfect. You got to kind of move because we add all this extra stuff. So here's the water chestnuts. That is done. Here's the bamboo shoots. That is done. Let's get this all coated and mixed in. Next, 1 whole bag of peas and carrots. You can't have this without peas and carrots, you know. Fried rice has got to have peas and carrots, and those are frozen. So we're going to work those 1 full bag. And then if you're serving this for food for dinner tonight, you want to get the peas and carrots out a little early to start the frosting a little bit. But you want to just keep this on here until it heats all the way through. Now we got that going. What are we missing, everybody? Chicken. We are missing the chicken. So, I'm going to scoop in chicken now. Scoop in chicken. Scoop in more chicken. We got to save some chicken for my son. Let's see how this is going to look, everybody, with all this chicken in here. Well, that's a meal and a half. Serve that with an egg roll. Oh, you know. Oh yeah, that is getting to be really good. You could start seeing the peas and the carrots start coming darker green. So that means they're getting the flavor out. You could add a little garlic to this right now. That is getting nice and warm. I need, let me see here. I'm gonna put a little of this butter juice in here. Butter chicken juice in here. Not a lot, just a little.
Could you add bok choy?
Yep, you could add bok choy. My wife loves bok choy. You hear how deeper that is sizzling now, everybody, with that juice? This is all gonna work into the rice, the eggs, the chicken, that buttery flavor, the seasoning. The rice looks good. Everything here looks good. I'm gonna give this about another minute. Put this off to the side, and then we're gonna start getting these for meal preps. Now for the shrimp fried rice, I used the same oil,
Sesame seed oil.
sesame seed oil. Now for the shrimp fried rice, I used the same oil, sesame seed oil. I got that in there like that. This is gonna be a little different, okay? My son asked to put the Cajun sauce, and he wants a little onion in it. So we're gonna put onion in this with the rice, because that was about a quarter of an onion. And now we're gonna stir fry this. Get that all coated up and moved around with the onions. And that's gonna release the onion into the rice to give it that excellent taste to it. So as it stands right now, we're getting this ready. Oh, look at that. That's already starting to go pretty good. You can't even see the onions in here. They're just gone. Let that sit for a second. Now you do this for a minute or so, and we're getting all the seasoning ready to go in with the soy sauce. Listen to that sizzle, everybody. You want to make sure you stay on top of it so you don't burn it. We're going to turn that down a little bit. I had that on full blast. Oops, launched a little rice, everybody. I had that pan a little bit too hot, everybody. But that's okay, I could save it. I have it turned down to medium right now. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna put in the soy sauce and the seasoning. So let me get the soy sauce going first. One. All right. Now I need to get the seasoning in here. I wanted to get a little bit of that soy sauce. Can you hand me that seasoning packaging, please? Yep. And then I need to get the half of the other one that's sitting over there. So now we're going to season it up. Because I put 1.5 in there. Because I put like about 4 cups of rice. There we go. Let's get this all mixed up. Oh yeah, that's coated really good, everybody. Just look at that. This one's not as good as non-stick. It's my other one. I have used the living daylights out of this pan. She's about ready to go bye-bye. And it's about time to get myself a really nice wok. I've been looking at them. A big, nice wok. I pushed that off to the side because now it's time for the egg. So we get this redone. pan is hot because that sizzles right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on that now. And we're going to get this. Turn that down a little bit more. She's a little bit too hot still. Get that all mixed up. We're just about medium heat right now, everybody. Just keep on working it. Like I said, this pan is not as good as my other pan. That was a better pan. This one has got a little problem with sticking today. But I have used my cooking abilities with this thing like you wouldn't believe. Oh yeah, that's getting there. See how that's getting? We're getting that nice and fluffy. Okay. Now, he wanted to go with the water chestnuts that has been soaking in the sink. Okay. I think that's good enough, everybody. Let's integrate this rice now into it. Let's get that going. And since it's so hot, let's get the peas and carrots in there right away. Just like that. And now let's work this all together. You can just hear that, the hardness of it right now. A little bit sticky there on the bottom, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's going to happen. Depends on your cookware. Oh yeah, look at that egg, everybody. Isn't that just gorgeous? All right, now we're going to put in the water chestnuts, and then we're going to start getting the shrimp and the chicken in there. So we're going to go there, we're going to go there, we're going to go there, and let me grab the shrimp. And the truth of the matter is, look at all that Cajun butter garlic. We're just going to dump all that in. That's going to be good eating.
It's music to my stomach.
And now we're going to give this a good mix. Now, if you're serving this, you got to wait a minute or so. Let this get heated all the way through. I took the peas and carrots out not too long ago. But if you take them out just when you start doing this, cutting up your chicken and everything else, get them a little defrosted. They'll go. They're starting to turn a beautiful green. The peas are. That's telling me that they're unfreezing. The carrots are not sticking anymore. Oh yeah. So guess what, everybody? That's a great meal prep. We're going to put these off to the side, get them in bowls, do a taste test for you, see which one. But this one's got the onion in it. This one's got the chicken and the shrimp. And let me see, can I even see a shrimp? There's a shrimp right there, everybody. Oh, if it touches my hand, it's got to be eaten. That's good shrimp. Good flavor. Really good flavor with the oil, everybody. All right. Oh, we dropped some egg off over here. Can't let that happen. So we're going to see what these are in a minute. And there is the chicken fried rice. And here is the chicken shrimp fried rice. Just gorgeous looking. We're going to take a taste test right now. And then we got to package these up. We got extra rice, so I'm going to make something up with this. Maybe just some butter rice. I got to figure something out for the rice. So, spoon, Kevin. So I'm going to get bamboo, a little bit of the rice right here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fantastic.
Hmm?
Fantastic.
Put a little soy sauce on this. Serve it up. You know, up to your choice of what you want. But the chicken came out really good.
You could be weird like me and put ranch.
No ranch. Now everybody, let's see how this one came out. This has got the chicken and the shrimp. Just look at that. That's gorgeous looking.
Oh, the shrimp has the perfect flavor.
Shrimp's got a little Cajun. Somebody wants dinner. I'm going to serve this up for him. You know, we play a game all the time when we make meal preps for this. We see how many water chestnuts we get. You know, then we compare. Is that enough for you for dinner?
Yep.
It's supposed to be meal preps and he's already eaten it, everybody. That is good. Well, we're going to package this up.
Kind of got to if you're a growing boy.
Well, two different types. One video. Well, two videos. One. Who knows what I'm trying to say? Stir fry. Fried rice. Fried rice. That's what this is. Fried rice. There we go. We got fried rice. We're going to sit there. We're going to get this packaged up. Well, thanks for coming in my kitchen. This is Cooking with me, John. We just did the fried rice. How easy is that? That is a huge meal. Do all that great stuff. Comment. Love to hear how you make this and your twists. Subscribe. Hit that little bell for notification when new videos come up. Also share. So, like I said, this is really good. We're going to be packaging these up. Thanks again for coming in, and look forward to seeing you again in my kitchen when we tackle another recipe. Easy, medium, hard. We'll see. Bye, everybody.